Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Astronomy. Apparent meeting or passing of two or more celestial bodies in the same degree of the zodiac. An organization of people, or countries, involved in a pact or treaty. The act of adjusting or aligning the parts of a device in relation to each other. The spatial property possessed by an arrangement or position of things in a straight line or in parallel lines. The state of being joined together. Astronomy. Apparent meeting or passing of two or more celestial bodies in the same degree of the zodiac. The temporal property of two things happening at the same time. An uninflected function word that serves to conjoin words or phrases or clauses or sentences. Something that joins or connects. The grammatical relation between linguistic units, words or phrases or clauses, that are connected by a conjunction. An organization of people, or countries, involved in a pact or treaty. The state of being allied or confederated. A connection based on kinship or marriage or common interest. The shifting alliances within a large family. The act of forming an alliance or confederation. An organization of people, or countries, involved in a pact or treaty. A formal agreement establishing an association or alliance between nations or other groups to achieve a particular aim. The state of being combined into one body. The union of diverse things into one body or form or group. The growing together of parts. An organization of people, or countries, involved in a pact or treaty. Contend against an opponent in a sport, game, or battle. Come upon, as if by accident, meet with. A casual meeting with a person or thing. Experience as a reaction. A hostile disagreement face to face. Come together. A casual or unexpected convergence. There was a brief encounter in the hallway. Be beset by. A minor short-term fight. The social act of assembling for some common purpose. His meeting with the salesman was the high point of his day. The act of joining together as one. There was no meeting of minds. A formally arranged gathering. Next year the meeting will be in Chicago. A place where things merge or flow together, especially rivers. A casual or unexpected convergence. He still remembers their meeting in Paris. A small informal social gathering. There was an informal meeting in my living room. The persons, or committees or departments etc., who make up a body for the purpose of administering something. An ordered manner. Orderliness by virtue of being methodical and well organized. His compulsive organization was not an endearing quality. The act of forming or establishing something. He still remembers the organization of the club. The activity or result of distributing or disposing persons or things properly or methodically. His organization of the workforce was very efficient. A group of people who work together. The act of organizing a business or an activity related to a business. He was brought in to supervise the organization of a new department. An organized structure for arranging or classifying. The facts were familiar, but it was in the organization of them that he was original. The persons, are committees or departments etc., who make up a body for the purpose of administering something. An ordered manner. Orderliness by virtue of being methodical and well organized. The act of forming or establishing something. The activity or result of distributing or disposing persons or things properly or methodically. A group of people who work together. The act of organizing a business or an activity related to a business. An organized structure for arranging or classifying. The body of people, such as students, who register or enroll at the same time. The act of adjusting something to match a standard. The act of enrolling. A document certifying an act of registering. Music. The sound property resulting from a combination of organ stops used to perform a particular piece of music. The technique of selecting and adjusting organ stops. The act of making something different, as e.g. the size of a garment. An amount added or deducted on the basis of qualifying circumstances. The process of adapting to something, such as environmental conditions. The act of adjusting something to match a standard. Making or becoming suitable. Adjusting to circumstances. The act of adjusting something to match a standard. The act of adjusting again, to changed circumstances. The spatial property of the way in which something is placed. The placement of the chairs. The act of putting something in a certain place. Contact established between applicants and prospective employees. The agency provided placement services. The act of arranging and adapting a piece of music. The spatial property of the way in which something is placed. The arrangement of the furniture. The thing arranged or agreed to. They made arrangements to meet in Chicago. A piece of music that has been adapted for performance by a particular set of voices or instruments. An organized structure for arranging or classifying. He changed the arrangement of the topics. An orderly grouping, of things or persons, considered as a unit, the result of arranging. A flower arrangement. Astronomy. The alignment of the Earth and a planet on the same side of the Sun. Astronomy. The alignment of the Earth and a planet on the opposite side of the Sun. An alliance of nations joining together to fight a common enemy. In World War I, the alliance of Great Britain and France and Russia and all the other nations that became allied with them in opposing the Central Powers. The alliance of nations that fought the Axis in World War II and which, with subsequent additions, signed the Charter of the United Nations in 1945. An international alliance involving many different countries. The center around which something rotates. A group of countries in special alliance. The second cervical vertebra serves as a pivot for turning the head. A straight line through a body or figure that satisfies certain conditions. In World War II, the alliance of Germany and Italy in 1936, which later included Japan and other nations. The main stem or central part about which plant organs or plant parts such as branches are arranged. A group of countries in special alliance. An international alliance involving many different countries. In World War I, the alliance of Germany and Austria-Hungary and other nations allied with them in opposing the Allies. The act of combining things to form a new whole. A collection of things that have been combined. An assemblage of separate parts or qualities. A coordinated sequence of chess moves. A group of people, often temporary, having a common purpose. They were a winning combination. An alliance of people or corporations or countries for a special purpose, formerly to achieve some antisocial end but now for general political or economic purposes. A sequence of numbers or letters that opens a combination lock. He forgot the combination to the safe. The act of arranging elements into specified groups without regard to order. A multi-ethnic alliance in Afghanistan who practice a moderate form of Islam and are united in their opposition to the Taliban. An international alliance involving many different countries. An international alliance involving many different countries. An international alliance involving many different countries. A multi-ethnic alliance in Afghanistan who practice a moderate form of Islam and are united in their opposition to the Taliban. A leftist coalition organized against a common opponent. A friendly understanding between political powers. An informal alliance between countries. A friendly understanding between political powers. An informal alliance between countries.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.